everyone. My name is Nikita, and I'm responsible for OpenVMS web products and also third-party interactions as responsible for ISP, for the ISP program. And thanks, Camille, for talking in depth about our plans regarding the operating system itself. And of course, I think that is the most interesting part for you because this is about also your future, your investments, and solution to your problems. And yeah, some changes I know will be a real good thing for you. But I wanted to talk about things that I'm responsible for, and this is everything around the operating system. Again, as Camille have started from that, I also feel that I want to tell about how we actually decide what we will do and what steps are taken before some development is actually happening. And on the next few slides, you will see several things that guide us. And we haven't agreed on any presentation content with Camille, but he basically said the same thing. So it's good that it's just something in our heads, which we all know, and it's kind of the same. And the problems that I'm showing, it was more of a reality, just 2 or 3 years ago. I just joined 2.5 years ago, and in OpenVMS years, it's yesterday. So it was, for this problem, the communication gap between development, sales, support. It was much more of a reality than it was now. We are resolving the problems, we are finding solutions, we are talking to each other, but still those are challenges which we have to remember about if we want to continue improving. So a big problem was that whatever developers were doing was not always known to sales, and sales talking to customers and promising them something, selling them something. Sometimes it wasn't exactly what we were doing inside. And yeah, of course, actually, it can exist for a long time if you want to really plot the right way. And I have to say that at this point we eliminated the gap. And so right now our development is built on this communication and people working together and understanding what's needed, both from the business side and from the technical side. And of course, the technical side is something about both our knowledge of how we should improve the system internally, and also based on whatever our customers and partners need to get their real environment. Another thing that we needed to address is the fact that over the years, over the decades, the IT environment was changing, the tool set was changing, the approaches and processes were changing. And with OpenVMS being a decade or so neglected, and then when we picked it up, we had to concentrate on the most critical things. So we weren't addressing problems regarding processes. But well, we had to do something at some point. And what Camille said, it's like we have new generations, several generations of developers who have to start working with OpenVMS or continue working, and we want to make their daily lives easier. We want them not to wonder, how do you even work with that? And so we need to remember about improving our tool set and remembering how does the IT environment looks like right now. And of course, from all the generations, we have different experiences, different approaches, and it's not about like pushing the new way as the only way to work, but it's just we are in 2025 altogether, and we need to acknowledge everything that has been built since. So tools and processes. And well, of course, once again, we imported, we are optimizing most of the critical components. Basically, x86 OpenVMS is a good working thing. We are there, but still integration is still happening, and we need to, whenever we make a decision, think of how people, how companies, people in them will actually move to OpenVMS on x86 and continue their work, and we want them to have as few problems as we can. So it was partially about the first slide, but of course we need to establish feedback loop where we learn about what you need, and also if we develop something, we want to see your feedback on like if it really helps you, if it was needed, because otherwise our roadmap wouldn't make any sense. We make use of information coming from different sources. So it's, of course, standard things like just getting tickets and for conversations with support. We have conversations between accounts and customers. We have conversations. I have conversations with our ISPs and some partners, because talking to an ISP is usually like talking to several customers, because they work on multiple companies, and it's a really useful experience. Gets aggregated knowledge about their problems and wishes. So with all the source, and of course, yes, there is an internal knowledge of what has to be done. It is also they can cover. So when we have that information coming from outside and inside, this is supposed to and it becomes actual tickets, feature requests, and then we can actually plan on them based on the challenges and opportunities that we remember about. And then we develop something, and then the group repeats because we collect feedback about what we have done. Now, from that main point, come priority areas that we have to take care of. So, as I said, we need to move with you into the future, and where the operating system itself is okay, it's updated, it's being improved. There is also this large ecosystem of applications created by us or by other companies, and we need to ensure that, so whatever it is there right now, it keeps working. You're okay in your daily life. That if you are moving to x86, that you can do that technically, and that it will continue easy to continue working on OpenVMS. Whether it's active development or you just maintain your systems that you don't change much. For some companies, one small application, but it doesn't matter for us whether you have like a cluster or a small. Speaking of the tool set, if we want our users have it easy, we need to have all the relevant products and that they can make use of. So and I'm getting to like real list, which is in our roadmap right now. This is a bunch of products that help you in your work, and we recently introduced the VSP package manager because the abandoned system you just have it, and we didn't have it on OpenVMS for a long time. So that's we think a proper way to get your software. Of course, we have SD, but yeah, it's more direct. So right now, of course, package manager is still a new thing for us, and you can just do the most basic things in it. You can get a list of software available, as, and it will be the same things that you see on the SP. You have a part of dependency features, so you can get the list of dependencies that are required for the product you asked about. But still, it could be much better. So I will talk about what we want to improve there and what we want to develop. For versioning, makes our port of Git. So this is a product that basically just works, and we know it still has some quirks, and we could make some optimizations. So generally, the product is there, it's working. GNB as a development tool set is also there, it's working. We concentrate on working with it on x86 first, but well, it's also available on integrity, a little bit more limited. ACMS is something that I know Brett will tell you a lot about. But, yes, we have it as a middleware, and it is an important product for us. Web UI, a way to see information and do some stuff from any browser from outside of the VMS. So you can manage your VMS systems and have a look at what's happening. Well, this system is something that we keep improving because it is a part of what we wanted to see for the VMS.
ACMS, something that how far along is the availability? How we want to see it ready for the expanded new version of the
on x86, we still have reliance on Oracle. Yeah, so it's in our priorities, and as soon as we have RDP and CDD and stuff on x86, we are definitely making new versions. And, yeah. So of course, in this thing we are a little bit stuck. Yeah, but yes, even when Oracle's fans have moved, unfortunately, well, we are still waiting for it, the same as the Rails. And yeah, when it's there, we just include new changes and the updates for it. So it will be there. Yes, so Web UI. VMS SPI, also a Brett's child. It's an application for monitoring what's happening on your system, whether you want to use the data real time or you just want to get notifications. So it just for improving your knowledge about your systems. Same with PSI performance management. Performance management and job management are applications we acquired from Broadcom. And Dan, who was Dan Magruber, who was heavily involved in working on them in Broadcom, he made ports, and yeah, so it's like we have it in good hands. Of course, I was talking about the new stuff, but we also have all the people using high-impact products, something that is required in many systems. So we continue working on the applications as well. I don't think that I need to get deep into that. And like large part of that is what Emil takes care of. But yeah, that's also a group of products that we look upon, and we have to remember about them every time we make updates to the roadmap. And of course, our area of interest is anything related to migration for x86. So this is most of the OS development. This is whatever Brett's and Raphael's teams are doing for our customers, be that managed services or like custom development projects. So we take care of that. Also, in terms of backups, we decided that as an OS, we should have all the basic functionality provided by us. Even if you want to use third-party politics, you want to have an option from the SI. So we made a port of ABS, which is built on top of OpenVMS backup functionality. Allows for more features, for scheduling, for backing up specific areas. And right now, the ABS on x86 is in production. The port is supposed to be good enough, so it will support most of the day functionality, but we are not ready to officially tell that yet. So first, we will need to have tapes supported officially on OpenVMS Digital, which is in process right now, and so it's in our pipeline. Well, we might use MRU for managing tape devices, but when we have those things, we will make additional evaluations, and I hope that we will be able to tell that okay, now you can have ABS working with tape devices. Yes.
Just one general complaint or request for ABS is please use tape expiration, because earlier versions have not used tape expiration when initializing the volume. I think that's been an oversight in ABS.
Okay, thank you. Absolutely. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah.
And yes, please, everyone, if you have some requests, or if you are from a company that might get use of that functionality, please tell us, because we want to test EBS on real hardware in real situations. And of course, in this case, our capabilities to do that internally are highly limited. Because I believe we have some devices. I know we have some devices, but it's not all. And yeah, please, we want to work with you. We try to make sure that we verify everything that we can here on the shore, but we also want to get into some testing with customers, getting feedback, fixing as we go forward, and to ensure that you can have use of the functionality. Because I believe tapes are still not going away, because it is still cheap, reliant. Yeah, I don't think it's way. We are also thinking about providing our own database software options. Maybe it's not about like porting database solutions, but maybe at least about making some connectors. So this is here mostly because I want to ask you if you want something like that. So yes, please just tell us. We are not close to this conversation or do anything else that you might do. So coming from that are the plans for the next 6 to 12 months. Some things are already in the roadmap on the website, dates, and some of it is just what we want to do. But let's go through everything. So, Camille think, yeah, okay, it's fine, but we continue working on OpenVMS. So you just got a bunch of impacts about what we planned and what we are doing right now. And TCP, same thing. We are developing an OpenSSH based on version 9, and we are waiting OpenJDK version. We will start from 17. We are almost there. I mean, for delivering it into production. And when we have it, we will go further and upgrade version 21. OpenGDK was one of the products that was thought to not be needed by anyone when he kept asking about, like, do you want a new version of OpenGDK for us? We can use that. Well, I made a survey, and out of 100 responses, 40 was people telling me, okay, I might use it, or like I really, really want it. So it was definitely enough feedback to approve the development. And yes, I hope that you will make use of the update if you have Java code. As I said, we can continue working on some critical applications. So Apache web server, Tomcat, and doesn't have a lot of changes, so we basically maintain it. But yeah, it's still there. Samba is still really so. This is all the tools that we maintain, and of course with TCP/IP 7 coming out, and with SSH 9x coming out, we will also provide. Okay, yes.
For maintaining SSH will work with SSH.
Yes, okay. But so we will provide you with versions compatible to the new protocols and standards, and we want to make sure that while okay, if you really don't want to change anything in your systems, we do maintain older versions of software. But please have a look at the situation. Maybe you could upgrade, because if we talk specifically about security related things, having an old SSL, like some companies are still on SSL 101, and it was deprecated like 2.5 years ago. It's not supported. It's a security thing which is wildly outdated. And while we were trying to fix some issues for the customers, because we just have requests and we know how to resolve the problem, maybe backporting something, but still, yes, let's not try to patch up something that is not relevant already. If you can move to newer versions, please do. We ensure that you have versions. Yeah, so what I just said about ABS, we delivered ABS. If I will get some requests, I'm happy to work with you on trying to get it working with tape hardware. Yeah, so MRU I also mentioned, well, it's a standalone utility, but you will definitely make use of it in combination for EBS. Then BSD, package manager, I mentioned, we have a lot of plans regarding it. And the first feature that we will implement, or it's in progress, is we want to take on dependencies seriously, because right now we can just get a list. But it doesn't have any recursive dependencies search capability, for example. So we want to have like a shopping cart of things that you will install, that you want to install, and we want the system to go recursively for all dependencies until the list is complete. We want to ensure that it's in the right order, because you don't want anything to break because of that. We will need to take care of some specific problems with products, because in some cases you will need to make calls, right? Because if you want to install TCP/IP and then something else, you probably want the system to stop, let you configure it, and then move forward. So we will take care of practical things.
Are the interfaces to DSPs and such going to be made available to ISPs so that they can fully participate there?
Yes, and the package manager is available to ISPs right now. So I can just send you a direct link if you have trouble finding it, but definitely we want you to use it and we want to get some feedback.
Okay.
Well, it's not much to get feedback on yet. It's just.
I don't think that was the question. The question was, can they install their stocks or use the BS?
Well, that's a part of the of the number feature. Yes, I don't know. Yes, that's a good question. That's all. I think. So we want you to be able to plan the installation list, and maybe you want to edit it manually because maybe you don't want to install something, you don't want to create something else by accidentally updating some product. Well, another thing is installation without any user input or as less user input as possible. This will require significant amount of initial work because, of course, installation prompts they're really different, wildly different in different applications. So we will have to prepare package manager for installation of specific packages. And it is still on the table if you want to really do. But I think that I think that. And also we have situations where companies can't use any online connections if they have a highly secure environment, for example, or they don't want to get two packages through an API every time. They just want to have stuff locally, or if we have their own software, possibly. Yeah, so we want to make it possible to have some local cache, have your own server running, so you could download packages and manage them locally, distribute them locally. Yes.
With regards to sort of installing things and not having user interaction, you've had auto answer files quite a while for both PCSI and VMS install kits. So that's what we've used, is to generate an auto answer file. And
Yes, we will. It just there is more than 100 products.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, every time we deliver a new package, we might want to have a different installation process because maybe we added something, we want to ask a question. So we will have to manage it. We will have a lot of initial work, and then we will have to continue managing. So it might be a serious workload if we want to be absolutely sure that it will work automatically and you won't come to everything broken because the package just tried to install something and failed. Yeah, so well, this is a topic of a conversation.
Yeah.
But so the last feature I was talking about is being able to work with packages locally. So you can pre-download them, or like you have whatever was downloaded by previous user somewhere locally. And yes, probably this will also touch the third-party products. It's like if you have your own number of kits that you want to make available for your users within the phone. Okay. Git. Well, the Git project itself is not that interesting. You just use the product. But as I was announcing on the previous bootcamp, we want to make it pilot product. So for first making it true open source. So to open up the repository for you. And I know it took a lot of time, and I know that like I said that it's a nearest future thing 9 months ago. But we are doing like these days. We are finalizing the review of the repository, and so it will be available. Maybe it's available now, maybe tomorrow, maybe on Monday. I'm not sure. It's happening. So you will be able to see the DSI Git code online. You'll be able to see what changes we've done, specifically in comparison to the base Git code. So I hope this will resolve some issues. Some issues for our users, and we'll be able to see how things work, address and problems. And of course, if you want to help us improving the product, now we will be able to We have not yet agreed on how we will take in changes from third parties, but it's not off the table. Let's talk. We will still have to think of it, think of a change, review it, but yeah, it will be technically possible for now. And also, we are building automation tools, so we could ingest new code from the main repository, make it build, make it get tested, and work on problems only if something broke. We want to spend generally less time on manual reviews of new updates, because if we will have the system automated fully or close to that, we'll be able to work much faster on anything open source, anything which is not ours, usually some community projects. And yeah, so we could scale to multiple products and resolve issues faster and have everything as close to the official repositories as possible. Web UI. Web UI. We are in the middle of a big overhaul of the whole backend. And the reason for that was that Web UI wasn't really stable and we had performance issues. And we made a hard decision to go a long way and make an overhaul and rewrite a large part of the code, large parts of the code. But we will resolve a lot of problems by design once and forever. And we are also removing dependencies. Because the currently available versions of Web UI, we depend on Secret Web Server, and the next dependency is Lua. And we are rewriting in Python. And this will make the application more, much more robust, manageable, and it won't just resolve the performance problems, but it will also be easier for us to implement our features. Speaking of the functionality of Web UI, for the Dario who said that he will be finally able to use it after we make some changes. So it was about the problem that one of the users raised. They were testing the application internally, and they said that, okay, on like a CTO level, I really like the application. I would like to use it. It's really useful. I can do a lot of stuff. But the fact that the roles and permissions weren't managed really good, like I don't want to allow a person who is responsible printers to be able to see a lot of performance information, to get into areas I don't want them to get into. So we need granular role management and permission management. This is what we're doing, because right now Web UI is a system, and so we can't stop the user from doing something. We cannot log that it was this user who did it. If something happened, or even if it wasn't a problem, just you want to see what your colleagues are doing, and you have no way to distinguish them together. But we will have it working, product working based on real users, and it will improve security, login, everything. So it's a big thing. So we have a bunch of other features planned. Yeah, also a file system, so you'll be able to see what's on your node. But yeah, right now we are more in a mode where we focus on delivering this new build, and then we can look around once again and decide what's outside the pipeline. Okay, ACMS, I told you, we are working on it, and regarding x86, I hope it will be there soon. Just we have to wait for GNB. We continue improving the product. It's a number of small things. Continue improving on x86. We can't do much with many tools on integrity. But yeah, if you have some requests, please do tell us. But we really urge you to just move to the new platform and make use of everything in that integrated. And also, well, if this is something that happened, we delivered default, which wasn't important before, and I'm not sure that it will be well popular, but still it's there, and we are almost done with most of the products that just like anyone still uses. Okay, so basically you can still open a website roadmap to see most of the things that I was talking about right now. But yeah, it's also probably a time to for me to answer some questions if you have them. Come on. Yes.
Updates for Apache. Regular updates for Apache. That's a big thing where I work. You know, they scan for vulnerabilities. We always seem to be behind on Apache. Months for latest update. Just wondering, expect this to see that changing.
Well, we definitely working on CVEs and on critical problems that we get reported from our customers and partners. If you have something specific in your mind, please, I open the comments again. Please.
So it's needed something.
Well, you know, we just seem to be always behind, and so we get. I don't know if everybody gets an environment like ours, but so we get vulnerabilities, and then we got to put it on hold, waiting for a release. So it just seems to be we're always in that mode of, you know, a couple versions behind. I don't know, does anybody else have that?
So on the vulnerabilities, right? So you there's always a pile of these things that come out. I mean, if you sanitize them, that they are actually VMS related. So a lot of times you get the vulnerability list and you boil it down, you're like, no, we don't do that. No, we don't do that. So even though it seems like we're behind, maybe at times, a lot of times we'll outline and check for some of the customers what they're concerned about in that vulnerability. It's nothing that VMS does. Just happens to be, you know, there's a lot of people want to be at the latest, you know, stuff all the time, but if it's not applicable to us, have you checked to see just because it's a new one, is there anything applicable to VMS in that? If you have any questions, you can always log the case in that.
Yeah, we do seem to, and you know, in other words, you know, so we'll get they do constant vulnerability scans.
Yeah.
CVs, but yeah, I mean, I think they're related to, you know, actually, you know, you guys take right and source.
Oh, I can see that we defined from the source of these already because we decided membership the previous years. So it's at least twice less as and yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and generally I mentioned the improvements that we try to make in our processes and the part about the automated testing and such. So we really try to get there, not by putting people on it, but maybe do whatever we need more efficiently. Yeah, so I hope that you will have less moments like that. Yes. Thanks. Okay, I don't see any hands, but yeah, I'll get back to the contacts. So please, you can always contact me or in terms of resource priors such. You can contact you, then and you probably contact. Yeah, so please just tell us because sometimes we just don't know that's happening. Of course, we got most of the most important things covered, but maybe we're missing some. Please tell us.
And this is only related to the questions, not to the errors and problems. You know, that the problem should be reported via NAS or something.
Yes, anything reported, whatever channel is used, or just it's in this, it becomes a ticket, and we try to resolve it, and we try to see what we have to tackle first. So yes, we are working this just maybe with some additional data to improve on that. We will improve regularly. But it's, of course, it's our responsibility. Okay, well, thank you. You have time for